you know, part of me knew that it was gonna close. I just didn't think it would be now, or happen so quickly. Yo, this is ZeroEchoZenith, and I'm gonna report on the TWoW situation. They are closing their doors. The servers are being taken offline on, I believe, yeah, May 14th. This is the aftermath of the lawsuit that was put in by Blizzard back in August of last year. I did do another video reporting on when it first came out, so let's read. And I'll talk about what the lawsuit details, because they came to an agreement which leads to the shutdown. Hello, friends. They say it's the journey, not the destination. How long must a journey last to be remembered fondly and warmly? We don't know. We only know that ours is coming to an end. After almost 8 years online, TWoW came out in 2018. I remember the ads. TWoW is heading towards shutdown. The final day of operation will be on May 14th, 2026, and the servers will go offline at 12 a.m. the day after. Working on TWoW has been a highlighter of our lives. It has been an honor to build with you and for you. Whether you were exploring new stories, leveling, raiding, PvPing, role-playing, or just enjoying a quiet moment in the world, seeing how much this game means to you has been our greatest privilege. The adventures you had, the battles you fought, and the friends you met were what made it all worthwhile. I met some really cool people. Yeah. We hope you'll cherish those moments. What we leave behind are fond memories of an 8-year-long journey, and we hope you'll remember it every now and then. Till the project's final day, we'll keep technical and in-game support active for everyone who keeps playing. All realm timelines will be immediately shifted to the final progression patch for those who want to see the new raids before the project's sunset. We've turned off all donations until the end of the project. Yes, so they turned off the donations page, basically. And we want to thank you sincerely for supporting us over the years. Our website, forums, and social media will also be closed on October 16th. So okay, I forgot about this part too. They're closing their full website in October as well. Dang. So the database is gonna go down. I'm getting emotional. Everything is gonna be dust in the wind. The memories are still here. The streams are still here. I played TWoW since February. I streamed it since February last year. I tinkered around a little bit in November of 2024, right around the time that they did the talent reworks and the class upgrades, making every single specialization, every single class viable. I played a paladin, the wheelchair specialization with retribution, but they made it good. They made it worth using. I have no idea if classic era World of Warcraft ever made retribution paladin useful. Never got that far. I always wanted to go through classic WoW, actually. I thought I had plenty of time to experience all the stories. I never got to, and I guess I never will, unless I, do a different private server or go on classic WoW. With all the bots and gold sellers and the cash shop, well, I guess it wasn't that different than the donation shop that TWoW had. Finally, we want to thank our incredible team. Thank you for playing. Thank you for being such a wonderful gaming community. Thank you for your creativity and talent. Thank you, TWoW. How did we get here? Let's go and see what exactly happened with the TWoW lawsuit. They reached a settlement. You can read this. This is off of the TWoW subreddit. It's giving the main bullet points, so we're just gonna go through them. It's real. Judgment and settlement was reached yesterday. This is 8 days ago. Edited with a link to the court docs. The TWoW donation page was shut down right afterwards. Definitely not a coincidence. I hope this isn't the end. Well, this is the end. Yeah, court listener, Blizzard Entertainment Incorporated v. TWoW, proposed order granting joint stipulation for entry of consent, judgment, and perm, document 56, attachment, yeah. The terms of the parties' settlement agreements is confidential. However, the settlement is conditioned upon certain actions that are required to be taken by certain parties and non-parties over the next several weeks. According in lieu of a dismissal on the court at this time, the parties request the court stay the action for 60 days. So, they had 60 days to figure out what to do, but I guess they used only half of that, roughly about a month to close their doors. It is hereby found, ordered, and adjudged as follows. Judgment hereby is entered in favor of Blizzard against defendant of Blizzard's 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th causes of action. Defendant, all persons acting under defendant's direction or control, including but not limited to defendant's agents, representatives, and employees, shall immediately and permanently cease and desist from any of the following. A. Developing, programming, coding, operating, updating, supporting, maintaining, distributing, marketing, facilitating, or promoting, or assisting, or encouraging the creation, marketing, or promotion of including without limitation, publishing or distributing any source code or instructional material, or operating or assisting in the creation or maintenance of any website designed to provide information relating thereto, any private or emulated servers, including but not limited to TWoW, modded client software, including but not limited to TWoW client, or remastered game clients, talking about the Unreal Engine 5 remaster of the TWoW client that they were working on, which they actually put in a lot of work into, including but not limited to the Unreal Engine remaster of TWoW client known as TWoW 2.0, yeah, for any game owned or published by Blizzard or its affiliates, including including World of Warcraft. TLDR. A private settlement was reached and undisclosed actions by parties involved must be taken within 60 days. If those actions are fulfilled in 60 days, then Blizz promises to drop the lawsuit. So, that's it. Even though TWoW and its servers are based in, I believe it was like, what, Kazakhstan? Russia, Kazakhstan area. From what I understood, Blizzard was able to find America-based employees. I don't know if it was one employee or multiple, but they, they found them and they were able to worm their way through to provide a legitimate lawsuit. Because they were not able to, or they were not supposed to operate in the US whatsoever. They weren't supposed to have anybody working on the game in the US whatsoever. That was just one of the multiple things that they were kind of at fault at. I say kind of, that we're pretty much at fault at. Two, I guess that they were very much advertising the game. I don't think that they were taunting Blizzard. I didn't see posts of them taunting Blizzard. They were mostly just going like, hey, if you want a cool classic plus sort of game, check out TWoW. I guess they were trying to be for profit. I don't know. I didn't think they were. I thought the donations were meant to really just support the servers. And then of course you get the rewards with those, like, you know, transmogs, mounts. I don't know if they sold toys. They definitely sold mounts and labor-saving devices. So like mailboxes, repair bots, stuff like that. Auctioneer, pets. So within the last day, X has just been talking about the closure. A lot of support for it and a lot of support against it, saying things that Blizzard will never make something close to Classic Plus on the same level as TWoW, or TWoW needed to be closed because they were extremely problematic. I don't know what to think about that. Your average player, honestly, never really saw any problems with the game. They just saw a really neat, custom content latent, well-written, like a lot of the quests were really well-written that felt in the spirit of Warcraft. It felt like Warcraft tier writing with custom done assets and content. I've also been seeing posts of people going like, the assets were terrible as well. Well, I thought the Timbermaw raid was pretty cool, the one that just came out. You could probably find footage online of it. I didn't see a problem with it. It was good. The bosses were pretty well designed. Yeah, some of the mechanics were overtuned, but balancing was fine. For the most part, I mean. I don't think your average player was concerned about controversy. They just wanted a nice, fun, social game where they could play any class that they wanted to without feeling like that they needed to choose a specialization that their class was only good at. Because that's how WoW has felt, that there were objectively better specializations than other specializations. TWoW took those classes and improved them. They changed the way how some of them worked too. And I think that they were pretty fun additions. Tanking with shamans, or being a support damage dealer for rogues, or like subtlety rogues, or even disciplined priests. I don't know, let's read some comments here. I'm told Microsoft Legal has been going after Etsy shops and dojins of their properties lately. So this is a little surprise to me, but still disappointing. It also still won't get me to buy most modern Blizzard products because they're not selling what I want. I think that's another reason why TWoW exists. Or has existed for the last 8 years. It was giving a lot of what people were wanting. They wanted classic servers. You think you do, but you don't. Well, then they came out with classic era servers after the fact in 2019. Blizzard did. And then Season of Discovery came out later, like in the last few years. Was that good? I've only been playing TWoW, and I like TWoW. I will always enjoy my time with it. I enjoy the people that I met. The guilds that I joined, they were really nice people. They helped me out, and I was doing my best. I was joining them on a lot of stuff too. Never really played Turtle, logged in once, got frustrated trying to install add-ons and stopped playing, but it's still a shame to see it shut down when it's probably the one server doing what people have been asking for Blizzard for years, praying for official Classic Plus. It seems like they are on their way to announcing Classic Plus. Let's read some more comments. Multi-million-dollar company LARPing as a humble indie project shutting down because they kept daring Blizzard to sue them while a bunch of their fans pretend TWoW was a mom-and-pop shop and not a cash shop with some bullshit added onto Classic here and there. See, I directly disagree with this. What I just described, again, it had new zones, it had dungeon attachments, every piece of gear felt viable. A lot of the gear from Onyxia's Lair, from Blackwing Lair, from Molten Core, some of it was BIS, some of it was best in slot. You could take that and go to Nax with it. They were making the gear a little bit closer in power level. Obviously with Karazhan 40-man, they made 40-man Karazhan, by the way. Karazhan 40-man gear was very clearly the top of the line, top tier top. If you go on their TWoW Discord, you can see all the people talking about the things that they were planning on working on. We were gonna get Furbolgs for the Alliance, Ogres for the Horde, Tinkerer class, things of that nature. Yeah, okay, they did have a cash shop, but it was in the guise of donating. I understand that it kind of felt like you really were just buying them instead of donating and getting a reward. It felt like a cash shop. I never really felt the need to donate. I mean, a few times I kind of wanted the mailbox. I probably would have bought the mailbox too if I kept playing. But if you played, listen, if you, they had challenges. If you did the slow and steady challenge, which was like ×1 EXP rates, no bonuses whatsoever. If you got to level, max level, you'd actually get currency to spend on the shop. I think you'd get 200. So you could technically just make alts for doing slow and steady, play the game a lot, and then get free currency for the cash shop. Here's another person. Normally I don't give a frick about private servers because why would I? But TWoW actually pisses me off. Why? Insufferable community. Highly doubt that. No, they were fun. They were fine. It was whatever. You had a lot of hold on. No, you had a lot of helpful people. And of course, they would say things in chat a lot of the time. Hey, guess what? You ignore them or block them. You ignore them. Awful social media team. They were posting pretty frequently. I don't know. I felt like they were pretty communicative. Yes, I'm defending TWoW. Whatever. I mean, yeah, okay. They were advertising too hard. Yes. I think they also had paid advertisements too. They did overstep their bounds. Were they poking Blizzard with a stick over and over again? I don't know. This is not the first person that says a comment like this. Several community, awful social media team, and all strictly for profit, but LARPing as, oh, we were a humble, innocent project being shut down. You were, quote, retweeting Blizzard. And Blizzard is a multi-billion-dollar company. Microsoft is a multi-billion-dollar company. Circling back around. If people were joining TWoW and playing it, you have to ask why. Oh, because it's free. That's one part of it, but I think the heart of it was it provided a better Classic Plus experience than what Blizzard is capable of doing. Until they come out with their own Classic Plus experience, which it looks like they're going to. Hey, guess what? Stormforge, a popular World of Warcraft private server, is shutting down. They received a cease and desist letter from Blizzard Entertainment. After talking with Blizzard's lawyers, they agreed to stop everything by May 14th, 2026. The servers will stay open until that date. You can still play your characters on realms like blah, 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 blah. No new accounts or updates will be added. After May 14th, the website and Discord will close too. Blizzard is trying to shut down the big private servers that are going for more of like a profit mindset, or that they are like not being like hush hush about their stuff, because they are, it's almost a guarantee now. They're going to announce Classic Plus at BlizzCon. Well, Blizzard is 100% in the right to shut down the project. Yes, they are 100% in the right because they are the IP holder. They own the intellectual property, the franchise, and they don't want the good name of World of Warcraft to be besmirched by people that don't know what they're doing with the property, that don't honor it correctly, that love the lore of the game and don't butcher it and retcon it to hell and back. It's still upsetting to see TWoW go. I just don't have hope in Blizz to make a Classic Plus that is just as good. Plus, TWoW being cross-region was a very nice benefit that I know Blizzard won't do themselves. I actually commented on this. I said this and will say it again. People will just compare anything Blizz does with a Classic Plus to everything that TWoW did and has done. Only time will tell what ends up being better. but I really liked the direction TWoW was going, and yes, every class being viable was incredible and felt great. Yeah. They're gonna come out with Classic Plus, and you're going to have a good portion of people that give Classic Plus a chance. They're like, okay, let's see what Blizzard is doing with this. They're gonna look at the talent changes, they're gonna look at the class changes, because of course there's probably gonna be class and talent changes. They're gonna look at the new locations, the new dungeons, the new raids, new raid mechanics, new additions to dungeons, potentially, if Blizzard wants to do that. And they might just go, you know what? I'm good. No, I don't feel good about this. You still have bots and gold sellers, unlike TWoW, which tried to crack down on that stuff. And in my opinion, at least, I never saw any. Okay, no, I saw one bot. They might just say, no, this is not the Classic Plus that TWoW gave us. Goodbye. What do you do then? What, as an IP holder, what do you do if passionate fans honor the content better than you as a company can, and make content better than you as a company? Skyrim modding, Elder Scrolls modding in general. What if they can take the property and make it better? Do you take these people and hire them like Sonic Mania? Do you lock down that property and get rid of it? I'm not saying there's a right. Okay, I know I'm like, Blizzard sucks. TWoW was great. These people could do no wrong. No, I think they overstepped their boundaries. I'm just asking a question though, because there's no right answer. I feel that there's no right answer. If you own the intellectual property and someone writes better than you and they honor the lore better than you and they take the story in a direction better than your writing team can, what do you do? I don't know. Ultimately, I knew it was gonna close. I just didn't think it was gonna be so soon. I only started a year ago, back in February. It was a really fun time. I had a really fun experience. I leveled 2 characters to max. A human male paladin and a night elf hunter. They were super cool. I played a survival hunter, actually. We'll see what happens. There are other private servers, of course. We'll see what I do in the future. We'll see if I check out Classic Plus or Retail WoW, or I just look at a different MMO. Well, thanks for joining, everybody. This is ZeroEchoZenith signing off. Have a good night, Mysteries of Azeroth. We'll have to see how Classic Plus turns out. And if Classic Plus actually sucks, the reality is there's going to be a lot more TWoWs coming out. That's it. Bye, everybody. Have a great night. Take care.